How's it going, guys? So it's Friday, and what I'm going to do is answer a couple questions here. And it's like, oh geez, man, 9 o'clock. I've had the stove going all day, and I've been pretty well out here all day, and it was just pretty much me time. You know what I mean? So Brenda come and asked me if I wanted to go watch a movie. So that's what you do with your family. That's the proper thing to do with your family. And you know what I mean? I don't know why I brought that up. Wow. You know, because there's known family that you know, that don't do quality things like that with family. You know, sit there, smoke, getting high with your kids and drinking beer. That's just a waste of time. You're wasting your kid's brain. And might get a phone call on this one because I'm calling on it. Yeah, you know, because I got that phone call from the city police, and you know, Sault Ste. Marie Serve and Protect because of my video, and you know what I mean. And you know, you turn out to be an idiot, but yet you go to the police station like a victim, and do a complaint about me, and that, and you know what I mean. So, and that's my problem. You know what I mean. My problem is that if there's an issue, I don't, you know what I mean, I don't call and complain to whoever about it. Either I just ignore it or deal with it one way or another, right? Not sit there and pretend that I'm a victim, and but yet I'm the person that's stirring the caca, because we're keeping this all very clean now on my video channel. I'm not swearing anymore, and if I do, I'd like to have you guys count how many times I've swore and leave a comment on every video from this one on, please, because I noticed, you know, because I watch a lot of different videos, and I noticed people that, you know what I mean, that swear a lot. And then there's a lot of people that don't swear at all, and it just makes sense not to do it. So we're going to keep it clean, and that might help me in my reality life too, on the swearing, because you know what I mean. I swear like I just got off the boat, man. Been on the sea for like a year and a half, you know, sailor, you know, and get off there and it's like, you know what I mean? But yeah, we're gonna try to keep this stuff really clean. So that's where that thing's going. So you know what I mean? Do I think I'm a better person because I don't sit there and smoke and or get high with my kids and drink? Well, yes, I do. And shame on you. And yeah. Maybe try sitting there and listening to your kids instead of shooing your kids away and letting them just run the streets and that. So there's my opinion on that anyways, for my local viewers. Anyways, I had a video up yesterday, out and about. And a viewer came on, and it's obvious somebody that knows me and wants to drag me down, and you know, try to start, you know, trouble with me, and they can't get to me any other way, and you know what I mean. And you know what I mean. And it was funny because I looked at it, I read it, and I laughed my ass right off. I was like amazed. I was like, it's like. Pussies. Because then I started thinking, man, I just got that phone call from that Sault Ste. Marie City Police too, and now I have this viewer sitting there saying, "Who you? You know, the nice short form for what the you know what I mean? Who you trying to trick? We know you don't have your driver's license." Yeah, that's right. I don't have my driver's license. I shouldn't be behind a wheel, and when I get caught, I have to deal with it. But the person that mentioned that, maybe you should look at your family members that are driving around with no license in that. Okay? So don't try to stir the pile on me, okay? I had my license. They've been gone for quite a while. And, you know, it's not what, it wasn't from drinking and driving, which, you know, a lot of them that, well, not a lot of them, but there's a couple of them that like to do that a lot. And, you know what I mean? And that's so, yeah, control your kids, control your own life, and stop wishing you had mine. Or trashing mine, or getting on my case about whatever. Okay, so for my normal, real viewers, I do not have my license. They've been gone for quite a while for medical reasons. Okay. They figured it's best that I don't drive and have no license to, and yeah. So they figured, you know what I mean? And it's a hard habit to break. It's not an everyday thing or an everyday thing I do. But the viewer mentioned that, and then I thought, you know what, I don't need this kind of crap, and you know what I mean? I sent the computer up to my wife and got her to reply, and the message was, you know, if you know so much about me, why don't you feed a little bit something to me about you? But now, you know, you get these little photos beside the user's name, and they had a ski mask on, right? Okay, ski mask. So I put my Googles on, my Google Plus, and I'm really close up, and guess what I'm looking at, guys? I'm looking at the eyes, and you know, because everybody's eyes ain't the same. And I'm looking at the color of the skin, and all I can say is, you should have been wearing a pair of sunglasses, really big ones, because I seen, you know, when I talk to people to their face. I don't sit there and wonder how big their wiener is or how big their boobs are. I don't do that. It's not, that doesn't float my boat. You know what I mean? I like to view, you know, I like to, when I talk to people, I look at them, and when I'm talking to them, I'm not looking around and talking. I like to talk to them as a person. So, my special little viewers, my locals there, kiss off. You're never gonna get in my head. You're never gonna break me. And so you might as well give up and grow up, and maybe go smoke another one with your kids or whoever it is, right? I can't say who I figure it is because I'll probably get a phone call. Go ahead, call the city police, call the OPPs, call the RCMPs. You're never gonna take me down, okay? So, on with the regular program. This is just crazy shit, man. You know, guys, and I had a really good video. I'm pretty sure it wasn't a video that was viewed by a whole bunch of people. There was 3 comments, 2 good ones, and then the one with the mask that should have been wearing sunglasses. Because looking at a face, and you know, and you see these people's eyes, and just like, you know, people say, well, you know this person. I said, well, you know, if I'd have to see the person because I'm not good with names. But because, you know what I mean, when I talk to people, I talk to their face. You know what I mean? I tend not to, well, when I'm on YouTube, I'm talking, but, you know what I mean? I don't know why, but if I was face to face with you guys and we're having a good talk, my eyes would be on, you know, that. Here's the little chair I picked up for $25. Now it's not no high end, but it works. I really don't know what it's, you know, and then you just push down and the piston goes down. But very comfortable. It's been all redone, like the seats and stuff like that. It's all been redone. And yeah, man. So this is my my fun chair now. Oh yeah, doesn't that feel good? Hey? Yeah. Can't wait to get up. I'm gonna fall on my ass. Woo! I gotta sit for a moment. My TV screen, I can't even see it. Anyway, shit. I need my other chair with wheels. Because I know if I walk, I'm gonna feel a little woo. Okay, sit down. But anyways, I gotta check that out before I load it. That looks pretty crazy, man. But yeah. So anyways, I wanna, you know what I'm enjoying about YouTube is the great comments and questions people ask me. Okay, before, you know what I mean, I'd always, you know, a lot of compliments on, you know, good job and stuff like that, and I don't take it for granted, you know what I mean. You know, I should actually, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to think of how to better my channel, my YouTube channel, and the one thing is cleaning my mouth up, and but speaking my mind is always going to be there, but it'll be a cleaner version of it. So I'm going to go back to YouTube here, because there's one fella that asked me about the bead roller, and he has a lot in one thing, and a lot of like he was asking me questions, and plus he was giving me advice on stuff, and I really like that. And I like everybody's, you know what I mean. Okay. Okay. This fella right here. Okay. He's asked me a question about the bead roller. About my thoughts on this here. Love your videos. I have been poking around YouTube and saw a few videos on bead rollers. Some of the videos claim you need to add material top and bottom of the bead roller to stiffen it up. I agree on that, because I now own a bead roller, and you got to kind of think of, you know, okay, it's a thick piece of plate. There's nothing at this end that's supporting this, you know what I mean, from twisting. Here we do, you know what I mean, and this is thick, and like, do you see with me? See that little bit of movement there? Let me steady my camera here. Do you see when I'm pulling? It does, like, it moves, guys. And you do have to strengthen it up a bit. Now, this is a $200 machine, a little over $200, right? So if you go and look at these $700 ones, $1,000, $1,500, and they're not shaped like this. This is called this to me is like an economy bead roller. It's just like buying economy brakes. It's not the best thing that money could buy, but it's affordable. And YouTube made it affordable, or these companies made it affordable, but YouTube has made it to be stronger for less than what they're asking for. Now, if you start looking at bead rollers that come from here and start going down as a cone, right? You look inside, there's rib cages inside those ones there. And but check it out. Look at the real big, you know what I mean? They're not much bigger than this, but they kind of go in a cone and then, you know, taper down. And there's rib cages. And those rib cages are there to strengthen it, because there's nothing from this point to this point that keeps this stuff from moving. And that. So, yeah, I agree on that, and I will be doing that to this guy here. You know, supporting it all the way across. Like, this is welded on, not here. It's just flush and bolted on, and it's all welded here. And it's never going to come off the stand. And so, yeah, that's stuff that I'm going to do to improve it. And so I do agree with those videos. So you won't be steered wrong by that, because like I said, I did my poking around myself, and I seen a lot. I have also seen a person use like my hammer drill for cement bolts and that. Bolt those things up to the bead rollers, same as this, and I had that drill to motorize their bead roller and that. So yeah, I definitely agree on that. The more money you spend, the better the equipment is, right? And it's just a fact of life. And then, so he's giving me an opinion on the mortar that I showed. Okay, like so I'm not. I don't. I'm gonna try not to pronounce this, but I'm going to say it the way I think what he's saying is that he knows his motors and his wiring and all that, and that. So okay, and think maybe the motor you are planning on using is too big for the purpose. I think you okay. I would think you would want more than one third motor that can be running with variable speeds. So and then I'm looking forward to seeing the end result of the bead roller, because I'm thinking about buying one. Thank you. Thanks for your videos in that. And once again, I have everybody else, congrats on the second grandchild that's coming, and I thank you guys all for that. And we got 56 rat bug. Damn, I bet you I buggered your name up when I said. No, I didn't even say it yet, eh? 4 stickers have been in the mail. You've officially been stamped and mailed today. The viewers are 56 rat bug. Your stickers in the mail for you. We have Scott Bess. Your stickers in the mail, my friend. Dog Buggy 32, your stickers in the mail. The frame off, or the off frame, the frame off. So there, 4 YouTubers, you guys have been officially stamped and mailed out today. Man, the snow's just falling off the roof of this. Okay, so and then there's like great things like stuff like this, you know what I mean? That those are cracks me up, chasing the wipers. Guys, I'm trying. That was from Cecil 6711. There's lots of you guys, snow crushers. This one's funny. It must have been a cold winter. Congratulations all around. That kind of brings me back to my grandparents, on my mom's side, because I got at least 20-something uncles and aunts from my grandparents. And back then they lived in Massey, Ontario, right? Born and raised there, and so were all my aunts and uncles, and they eventually moved away, but there's still some there. But lived way in the bush, and all they survived on was summertime gardening, and my grandfather going in and dropping a moose, a deer, or whatever. And then so in my mind, I just think, because that's an awful lot of aunts and uncles from one family, and I'm thinking, okay, so there's a lot of downtime at winter time, and then you try to not to put the image in your mind, because that's just wrong. And yeah, it must have been a cold winter for sure. That's funny. But yeah, with the wiper things. So I'm trying to teach him to watch. You know, when people, like when someone knocks and whatever, I want him to bark in that. And he actually shocked because he was in here today with me, and there was a chunk of ice slash snow fell off my the roof, and I was making a video, and he would not shut up. He just kept barking and barking. Come by me and he's still barking, and then you go by the door and barking, and that's what I want him to do. So when he does that, I don't tell them to shut up, right? I don't say, hey, shut up. You know what I mean? Like Zoe, the dog, Roddy that I gave to my daughter Katie. I told her when I gave her Zoe, I said, if Zoe barks and growls, if someone's knocking, let her do it. Because once you start telling the dog don't, you know what I mean? That's like home security. You know what I mean? It's an investment, you know what I mean? I'm not saying have a vicious dog, and you know what I mean? That you can sit there and say, hey, get him. I've had those kind of dogs, and they tend to get you in trouble. But there's, but anyways, back to the wiper things. So I'm thinking like, well, how can I get my dog? So I told Brenda and Haley that I'm going to get them a set of wipers each, and they are to wave them around. So that should be funny. Okay, this fell over here. Okay, read here. So he asked me a question on my thoughts on Princess Auto Tools. I responded to it, and then I realized I didn't even answer this guy's question the proper way. So, because I said, well, you know, they have some pretty decent tools and that, and he's asking me for my opinions because he's thinking about buying tools. Now, so we're just going to go right to Princess Auto now, and yeah, here we go. Okay, so Princess Auto. Now, with the fella that asked me about the bead roller, there's something I need to show on this one here first, and it's a $60 investment. I have not yet found it in town, hoping I don't have to drive 2 hours going that way. And what it is right here. It's a switch. Now I seen another YouTube channel that was improving the bead roller, and he had that on his bead roller. So what happens is, you know, you sit there and you grab. In my mind, I have to find sewing machine paddle, because you know you can control the sewing machine from the speed and that. So that's my first thing I need to find. And then, so that automatically plugs into the wall, and then there's a cord that goes to the sewing machine. Well, this cord here would be going to this machine here, right? And then this machine here would be going to the motor onto the bead roller. So, you know, so you step on the pedal, it's going forward, you know, you can control your speed in that, and then you stop, let go of the pedal, you flip that little handle over, step on it again, and it's coming towards you, so it makes the motor go both ways. Now, on someone else's, once again, on their, what they have, you know, they had some kind of little guide, you know what I mean? So when you go to put your sheet metal in, it would ride along the guide. So this way it was, you know what I mean? Instead of trying to hold it straight, so it would guide it. So that's another thing I'm going to put on here is, you know what I mean? But something that's easy to take out and that, so, and that. But, so that's, you know what I mean? So that other viewer had that motor sitting up here, you know, had that switch thing here, and the motor braced here with a belt, and I don't know what they had for a pedal. I can't remember. But that's my goal, is to stop what I'm doing with this and start by finding the right motor, which is in my yard somewhere. Take this handle off, bring it in, and so I have the proper size hole. So when I go to find a thing, the only thing I don't know is, I know when you change the size of your pulleys, it tends to go fast or slower, and I have to think on that one, how to do that. And so if anybody has opinion on that, like I hung around with this guy, he was really good, you know, because we used the squirrel fans for taking the dust out of the garages and that. And when the last house I lived in, Sault Ste. Marie in the city, he came over, he brought a squirrel fan, and he brought extra pulleys, and he changed the pulley system, and that thing was just blowing, like it just, you know, it made it spin faster and that. But I'm not looking for something to spin faster. I want something that spins, you know, medium, not low, not high, just in a medium range, but yet I can still control it by the pedal, because you don't want it to fly through there. So there is a lot of modifying that to improve this bead roller that is gonna, you know what I mean, it might cost you another $100, so that would be a $300 bead roller, but it'd still be better than the bead roller that they're offering for another $300 or $400, right? So okay, so let's type in for the other fella that asked me about my advice on my opinion on tools from Prince's Auto. So let's type in auto body tools. Enter. Okay, so good guys. So now this is funny. Now you can go into body shop supplies and they have tools there, and I do it all the time. Wherever I go, I always compare prices. I do not jump on the first thing. I always compare and that. So I've seen this set and other things at body shops supplies. There is this 7-piece auto body shaping tool, which otherwise known as a hammer and dolly set. Okay, the thing is with this is the handles are made out of fiberglass, but body hammers are not made to be used as like a ball peen hammer. You don't need to hit your body middle extremely hard, so you're safe on that. For $40 regular, right now it's on sale for 2 more days. For 25 bucks, regular price is 40, so say 15. But even for $40, 1, 2, 3, 4 dollies, 3 hammers, that's a perfect setup for, you know what I mean. And like I said, you're not going to sit there and grab your, you know what I mean. You're not going to sit there and grab your hammer, and you're not going to sit there and just start wailing. You know what I mean? It's not made for that. It does not take much to bugger up body metal. So that's, you know, the number one rule is, you know, let the hammer, for starters, you know what I mean? It's just like framing a house in that, you know what I mean? Holding your hammer right here, you're doing diddly diddly squat. You hold it up here, and you're getting you're getting a full use of the hammer, and that goes for body work too. You know what I mean? You did, but sit there and, but you can also do it like that too, right? It's just ideal to control the force that behind the hammer, like a ballpoint hammer over here, like, you know what I mean? One of these guys, you know what I mean? You're gonna swing the snot out of this. And I have under here electrical, mechanics wire, really tight, and you can tell I've missed a few times, and so I got to redo it again. And then electrical tape, and that's what, you know what I mean, and you know, and then your vent, you know, but that's what kept this handle on its original, this hammerhead on its original handle for this long. is because I supported it with, but, after a while, you know what I mean? That's what it takes to take care of those, because you're swinging those things like out of style. So, they rate this into 5 stars. This is a 4.5. And I agree on that one, because for $40, for $40, can't go wrong. And then there's these things right here. Now I have this set. Oh, why'd you do that, man? Anyways, so I'm going to show you the set I got. And I'm going to figure out why this thing did this to me. And then I'm going to go watch a movie with my kids. Because that's what you do, man. You don't sit there and, you know what I mean? Anyways. Okay. So, Princess Auto has different brands. I tend to try to stay away from Power Fist because the quality is not really there. These Pro Points, it's higher than the Power Fist. Now this set here is $30, and at Napa they have one of these, but I forget what name they have on it, and they want that price just for one, and you can get 3 of them for the same price. Like I said, I got them. I think it was this guy here, and they want that much money just for one Napa. And so let's close this window. Yeah, it's $30. And of course, when I bought those, because I'm always checking for deals, because that's the best way of getting things, right? And so I want to show, there's another thing in here, actually a couple more things that I would say is a good investment. There's actually something in here that caught my eyes. I've seen it in a body shop, supply shop, and they were asking $79.99 or $89.99, and Princess Auto is asking $49.99, so $50. So let's click this guy to make it bigger. Oh, why does it go like that when I click there? Oh, now it's gonna make me go. Excuse me. I think it was this guy here. I could be wrong. Yeah, I'm wrong. We'll have to back the boat up here. Back her up, number 2. And once again, I'm just I'm answering the best way I can for right here. Okay. Now, this is a 12-piece interchangeable or in whatever, you could change this to head, dent repair tool set. Now, I've seen these at a body shop supply for, like I said, $79.99 or $89.99, and all this is you push that little thing and you can put all these different pieces on, and the only thing different is when I seen the kit, it didn't have this little guy that that you hold it with your hand, you know what I mean? So that's like a little dolly set or for tight corners or whatever. But this guy here, you guys will be seeing this in my garage. Now that's something similar to what I'm about to show now, which is the chisel set. As soon as I find it. So once again, I'm trying to answer. You know what I mean? Somebody just asked me if I had, if I could throw my opinion on. Now, of course, if you go to Princess Auto, there's a lot more to it than what they have on Well, did I pass it? Sorry guys, but I think there's a good possibility I passed it, so. Oh yeah, guaranteed, man. Sault Ste. Police Department's called on me. I mean, you keep messing around. You know what I mean? What do you, you know, I used to, you know, I just used to sit there and take people's bullshit all the time, and just laugh at it. But you know what I mean? Like, I've always spoke my mind. And then there's times, you know what I mean? I just ignore people, and then it just builds up and builds up, and then it just tends to get me in trouble. And ever since I moved back to this area, like Sault Ste. Marie, there's just people out there trying to screw with me, man, because, you know what I mean? And it's funny, it's family members, not the Russells. I'm a Russell, my wife's a Russell, my kids are Russells. They don't, and you know what I mean? So, you know, my wife's maiden name is McDonald, and they've made it clear enough that they don't consider us as family. Not a problem, right? There is a few good nieces and nephews that I got that I don't mind calling them nieces and nephews, because their parents, and I'll tell you, these kids growing up to be good kids. How many sisters are there? There's 4 sisters, I think, and 2 brothers. And then my wife was, you know, taken away from her real mom, from her grandparents, and raised the proper way. So all her aunts and uncles, you know, they've always called and sister, and always called them sisters, and you know, mom and dad, and that. But so I said 4 sisters. Okay, so out of 4 sisters, there's only 2 that my wife will actually talk to. The other 2, you know what I mean, they just they weren't there. You know what I mean, they just assumed that, you know, I don't know, they just, what it is all gossip. That's what it is. And because I refuse to do this or do that or whatever, you know what I mean, and then, yeah, you know what I mean? But it's all right. I mean, you know what I mean? Here's the chisel set right here. Chisel set right here. It's exactly the same thing I got. Mine black handle, so that must be a newer version. I don't know. It is $40. Okay. That there is a good investment. That is a good price. And the best part is, you know what that hammer set I showed you? If you look at this stuff here, it's all pretty near the same stuff as the chisel. There's actually different stuff in there. So, you know what I mean? So you sit there and put it somewhere, and then here is where you'll hit. And that. You will see that in my garage, because I think that's kick-ass. So, and then your standard, you know, so these things here, you know what I mean, they're rated from 1 star to 5 stars. The 2 chisel, the hand set and the chisel set is definitely a 5 star. And as the viewers on, or the people that rated the Darling hammer set as 4.5, you can't go wrong for that price. You really, really can't. I mean, unless if you're getting into the, you know what I mean, like this, you know what I mean? If you're limited on what you got, that doesn't mean that your tools that you're buying ain't gonna get the job done right. They're gonna get the job done right just as good as the name brands. And that. Here's my chisel set, and I will be, like, I seen that, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot, you know, there's a lot of stuff that's, actually that little hammer set has a nice smaller round one. So yeah, I'm gonna be adding that to my addition, to my hoard of tools and that, so. But, yeah, you guys wanna go for another spin on a chair? I don't. And yeah, so there you go. So if you see the fellow there that asked me my opinion on the tools, you know what? Get what you need. The ones I just showed, and there's a lot more on there. It's just they just, I don't know. That's why when I go to Princess Auto, it seems like I'm there for 2 hours than I am. You know, but while you're in there, it doesn't, you know, you get back to the vehicle and your wife is sitting there saying, holy geez, you're in there for 2 hours. No. She looks at the, you know, I know what time we got there, and she points out the time. It's like, holy geez, man. And it's a big store. And that's so, you know, so, yeah, you know what I mean? The only thing I'd probably stay away from is the air tools, the ones that say Power Fist, and the ones that say Pro Point or whatever, which these things here, they just, you know what I mean? They just don't hold up to what you need it for. So stuff like that. You know what I mean? If you got something like, this is from Napa here, this is Ultra Pro, and I have nothing bad to say about this machine. I bought it because it's really small, and it's very powerful, this thing. And I've not yet had any problems with it. And you're pretty well going to pay what you paid for this and what you paid for that at regular price. There's not much of a difference. So, you know, if you want to get into, you know, airboards and stuff like that, there's like a $400, $300 and something airboard. It's a Hutchinson, but you know what? I had myself a $100 one, and straight edge, and I used it for years and years and years, and I gave it away, and I kind of regret that I did, because this one here is not a straight edge, it's oval or whatever, you know what I mean? It goes like this, and that machine kicks ass. I love that machine, but I also miss the straight edge, and Princess also sells those too. I highly recommend staying away from the Power Fist and the Blue Point, or Blue Point, that's Snap-on, the Point or Pro Point and Power Fist air tools. I would recommend not to buy those, because they do not hold out, and for the price, you know what I mean? You figure this guy here, okay, Ingersoll, right? You figure a big name like that, nope. You know, that's $100 thing. It was on that was regular price. And it runs really, really good. There's no problem with that, right? It's just the damn air trigger keeps, one day it'll shut off, you know, it will stop the air going. So that's why I have this on there. I regulate my air by that. And I'll throw those things on multiple ones. Do I have one on my small one? No, I don't. I go full bore with that guy, so. Yeah, it's just you got to make sure, you know, when you get these ones like this, you see that there, you got to put grease there, and it's a special little grease thing. I had it all bagged up, put away, because I dropped it and it busted in half. But all it is just a thing that you push down, and it'll push that little ball down, and it'll squeeze a whole bunch of grease in there, and you have to make sure you grease that. The problem with this guy here is they don't have that. Okay, so you ain't getting any grease and gearing all this stuff up and that. So that's my opinion on Princess Auto Tools, and my thoughts on the bead breaker. And yeah, there's going to be extra metal put on this, because I know, like I said, I have these things right here. Oh, where'd they go now? Anyways, they're shelf separators, and yeah, right here, and they're really, really thick, and you know what I mean. So that was an overkill for that bead roller, but I've seen people, put, something that, so this way, because when you overdo it the first pass, your piece of metal is going to tend to lose its shape. So I've seen people put a platform around here. I've seen a guide, you know what I mean? So this way you can keep going on the same line and then move it over to the next one and line it up, and you don't have to sit there and, you know what I mean, try to hold it straight. So there's lots of things that you can do to improve this thing. So it's a tool that's, a little over $200 at the door, and you can't go wrong. I do not regret this. My wife bought me this for Christmas, and it's not going to cost me. It cost me $15 for all this metal right here. This is 2-inch square tubing. So, you know what I mean, 2-inch. So I'm just going to go, maybe even 2-inch, because I can sit there and use it for my extra beads or what, my rollers, you know what I mean. But yeah, there'll be a big change as soon as I. My first thing is to get the mortar and all that lined up. But I'm gonna go watch a movie with my kids, and that, all my girls are growing up, 19 plus some, Katie, newborn baby, Brenda having a baby, and that's not my, you know what I mean. When you're having a baby, you're always thankful that they're healthy, right? And but being a parent of girls, you're always crossing your finger that they don't come home at 15 or whatever pregnant. You know what I mean? So I got lucky there. I'm very, very lucky that they all hit drinking age. You know what I mean? And yeah, you know what I mean? I don't know what I'm going to do when the winter time comes, but yeah. Okay, guys, so there you go. Answer some more stuff in the little last showed on my last video that I deleted. And yes, I don't have my driver's license, and I'm a bad person for that. But I'm a lot better than yeah. So, man, I can, we can go into Sioux, and I can sit there. I know a fair amount of people. It's shocking how many people one person can know in real life, and you know what I mean. And so knowing them, they don't have license. You know what I mean. The ones that are pointing this shit out, you know what I mean. Parents are driving around with no insurance and all that, but yet if I don't point that shit out, because I don't care, man. Because when you crash your car and they want to switch or swap insurance, you're screwed. Enjoy that one, you know what I mean? I get caught, yeah, okay, I got a big ticket, and in that, but you know what I mean. It's hard to walk away from the steering wheel, and I'm slowly gonna get at it. These are my inside glasses. See, I got 2 now. I had 3, and I only got 2 now. Okay, one more spin in the chair, and we're gonna call this. Catch you guys on the flip side, and hopefully you guys enjoyed my videos. And I love this chair, man. And I put my feet up and just go. And if there are any more questions on things, on if you want my opinion on stuff or information, I kind of enjoyed those ones. And yeah, ciao, man.